Welcome back to Inside the Box. I have a story for you today. I got scammed on eBay. This was back in 2019, the summer of 2019, when I first started selling. Now, this is not supposed to scare you. This is just supposed to teach you how to deal with scams and what to look out for. Scams are few and far between on eBay, but they might happen to you. But there are ways to prevent them. So here's the quick story so you can learn from my mistakes and you don't do what I did. But please don't let this prevent you from selling on eBay, because the reward is far greater than the risk of scammers getting to you. So I put up a baby jacket for like $12. It was a good name brand jacket for sale on eBay and best offer. And I was waiting a few days and I got an offer for $25. So I asked for $12, I got an offer for $25. Too good to be true, right? It was. And I didn't realize that. I thought, as a new seller, oh, this is great, I'm gonna make so much money on eBay. This person doesn't realize how much this jacket's really worth, and they just thought it was an auction or something, and they bid so much and offered me so much, so of course I accepted their offer. And then I got to thinking, like, well, maybe this was someone who didn't know how eBay worked, who was new to computers. Maybe it was like a grandma who didn't really know how to use the internet. And I stuck with this idea. I made this fictitious person in my head, and I was like, okay, yeah, it was this nice little grandma who wanted to buy a baby jacket, and she just didn't know how eBay worked, and so she bid too much for it. And a while went by before the buyer was going to paid, and I was waiting for the payment. And I got a message from the buyer instead, and it was like, oh, thank you so much, this item looks so nice, I'm buying it for a friend at church. I have a few questions about the item. Could you text me at this number? Patricia from California. And I was like, oh, it is a grandma. She's really sweet. She's buying this baby gift for a friend at church. She probably realized she made a mistake with the price. Of course, I'm gonna text her with my personal phone number. Don't do that, guys. I did it. I texted her with my phone number, okay? And I was like, this is the seller of this item. What was your question? And I waited for a response. A few minutes later, I get a response back, and it's like, how is the item? It's like, okay, well, that's an interesting question. I text back, the item's fine. It's in the same condition as it says on eBay. And then the person texts me back and says, okay, well, can I have your email address that's connected to your PayPal so that I can pay you through PayPal? And then the red flags went off. I'm like, okay, this person has my phone number already. There's no way I'm giving them my email address that's connected to my PayPal, because how easy would it be to put in the email address, say forgot password, and use the phone number for verification, right? They could get into my bank account. And so I recognized it as a scam right then, and I still did something dumb. I texted back and I said, I should have just stopped communicating, but I was like, no, you need to make that payment through eBay. And there was no reason I needed to text this person, because texting works the same way as that messaging in eBay, and then eBay can see your conversation, and then they don't get any of your personal information. So that's what should have happened. But I didn't do that. And so I had texted this person, and of course after I said that, never heard from them again, and they never paid for the item. So I had to file item not paid for claim to eBay, and I did get my final value fee back for that item, so that was good, and I ended up relisting it and selling it to someone else. But then I went on to leave feedback to this buyer, and I saw that they had 100% feedback. And I was like, okay, so I click on it, but I started reading the feedback. And it was really 100% negative what people were saying. This person's a scammer, they're gonna scam you, don't let this person buy from you. And I don't know if sellers aren't allowed to leave negative feedback to buyers. If you know the answer to that, please let me know in the comments below, because I haven't been able to leave buyers negative feedback on the eBay app. I don't know if it's possible, if sellers can leave buyers negative feedback. So what I learned is it's important before you accept an offer, if it's above what you're asking for, it's a scam, okay? Don't accept it. No one's going to pay more than you're asking for an item. They're going to send you offers that are below. And then when you get an offer, no matter if it's above or below, go click on that buyer and read their feedback, because even if it says 100%, the comments really might be negative. So go read that feedback, and that's just a way to help prevent scams from happening to you. I'll make another video about ways you can up your feedback so that you don't look like a target for these scammers, because they're targeting the new sellers. You know, they're targeting people who have 0% feedback, who've only been on eBay for so many days. Okay, so that's my story. Hopefully you learned something from it. Don't text people with your personal phone number. Until next time.